Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What's going down, gamblers around the world? It's the coach here representing Brothas N Bets, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Marley Bets. Marley, what's going down?
What's the goddamn deal? Fresh off the goddamn clock, trying to make some bread.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coming off a good day. I think so, personally.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it real quick. If where the hell? Oh, you know what? That's on me. Once again, laptop acting up, but let's get the right banners up. Yeah, man. I went 3-1 yesterday, 1-0 on my locks. You went 4-2 yesterday, 1-0 on our locks, which means we went 2-0 on our locks yesterday overall, which is a great way to take on what else gonna say?
I watched your short. What was your lock though? I can't remember.
I was Duke. Did Duke play yesterday?
Nah, it wasn't yesterday. Probably the day before. Duke.
Hold on 1 second. Lead the show, but talk about your play.
All right, so yeah, yesterday, speaking of myself, I went 4-2, like the coach said. We hit we lost. I'll do what I lost on first. Iowa State, which when I gave that play, I told boys flat top was probably on the right side of that one. So, but we won't make no excuses. You know, it count on the record. It's a L, even though I wasn't as confident in that. And then the other play, Michigan's fucking State. They just don't cover. I think by like a point. Let me go look at the score. Michigan State, Obi. I think 0.5, if I'm not mistaken. Fucking 0.5. We lost on a 0.5. And then we trisected Texas Tech. Well, even before I get into Tech, my other win was the lock, which was North Carolina. Not as easy money as I thought it was. They went into overtime, but they still covered the game. So, you know, that's always good, obviously. Okay, so Michigan State 2. I had them at 3.5. They won by 2, so 1.5. But we trisected on Texas Tech. We first half hit full game, and we took the over 122. So we had a great day yesterday in college, in my opinion. 4-2. I'm gonna take that all day. That's plus money. Coach went 3-1, both of the locks, like we said. Excuse me. There you go. Excuse me. Both of the locks hit. So starting out the week, 4-2. Both the locks hit yesterday. That's 2-0. 3-0 on the week for the locks. And then our team record for the year, me and Coach combined, we are 53-28. Come on, man. That's starting the year off right. Can't be mad at that. 20 plus games over 500. The locks are 10-5. That's my birthday, 10-5. I like that number.
Okay.
And this week we're 3-0. So, you know, great way to start the week. I think we start the season off pretty good. So shit, March Madness is right around.
Great way to start. Great way to start Black History Month, baby.
Yeah. Brian Flores, MVP.
Oh, absolutely, man.
He fucked some shit up. He about to fuck some shit up.
We'll talk about that in open mic because I got some shit to say about that too. But yeah, man. I think, man, what was my lock of the day? Hold on, let me look at my short.
I was on North Carolina.
Yeah, I saw that. I think mine was Michigan first half, -3.5, if I'm not mistaken. The only thing, Marley, and I had to talk to you about this after we get off, but let me see. I'm pretty sure it was Michigan State with the points yesterday. First half. So let me kind of see real quick. But yeah, we are doing our shorts, man. Hold on. Oh, the lock of the day. That's right. Auburn first half, -3.
Auburn. There we go.
Yeah. I like that Auburn team, big dog.
Auburn beat me.
Sure. Duke was our lock of the play for Monday. So
yeah, Duke was easy, buddy. Duke Louisville, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but hey, we got games starting here less than 15 minutes away for the 5 o'clock Central Time slate, and then 6 o'clock for pretty much most of the games that we're covering. So, man, without further ado, man, let's kind of jump right in it. And Flat Top went 1-3 yesterday. Yeah,
Did he?
1-3. So,
Only the Kansas game? Oh yeah, because he took.
oh no. So I'm sorry, he went 2. He went 2-2 because he took North Carolina minus
Yeah, he took North
3.5,
Carolina and
Kansas money line, Michigan State minus 3.5 in Texas. So I mean, you knew what was up with that, dog. You
I
should have
tried to tell him.
educated.
I tried to tell him. I was like, I let him go first, and then I tried to tell him like Texas is not, especially on the road. Like I gave all the stats I can give.
He wasn't trying to hear it. My head looking a little greasy. All right, man.
He thought it would be a close game.
Well, let's jump right into our first game. We're talking about the number 2 Purdue Boilermakers taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The Boilermakers are 18-3 on the year, 11-10 against the spread, while the Golden Gophers are 11-7 on the year, 9-9 against the spread. The total this line actually opened up -9 in favor of Purdue, but since then money has gone up to 11. There are some 11.5s and 10.5s on the board. The total opened up at 145.5, and right now that line is at 140.5. There are some books that got it at 141 as well. Injury reports right now for the Boilermakers. 2 guys who have actually been out for the majority of the season, and Ramberg out indefinitely for Minnesota. Last time we seen Purdue, they beat Ohio State 81-78, while Minnesota was coming off a 66-60 loss against Wisconsin, which I actually took Wisconsin first half in that game. Get to these actual factions real quick. Purdue 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. They oversee 7 out of the last 9. They're 6-1 straight in the last 7 games. 1-4-1 against the spread in the last 6 games against Minnesota. 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games on the road. The unders also hit 4 out of the last 5 games on the road against Minnesota. 17-3 straight up in the last 20 games this season, and they overhit 6 out of the last 8 games against a Big Ten conference opponent. Minnesota 3-6 against the spread in the last 9 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 6. They're 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games against Purdue. 1-7 against the spread in the last 8 games at the crib. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games for Minnesota, and they're 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games against a Big Ten conference opponent. So, number 4, Purdue Boilermakers traveling on the road with all that talent to take on Minnesota. Marley, do you have a play for this one, my G?
Yeah, I do. I got the same play we had last time we were on the show and we took Purdue. Oh, was that me and you? It might have been I was talking to somebody. I don't know. Either way, let me start over. So, yeah, I do have a play on this game. I'm going to take Purdue first half. Minus the 6. I looked it up before the show, so that number should be current. And like you said it at the ending, we're gonna take Purdue and all that talent and ride that wave. Minnesota has just been playing some really awful basketball. I won't say awful, bad basketball. 2-7 in the conference. They've only won out of their last 5 games, and that one was to Rutgers, who can't really score at all. They can play decent defense, but they can't put the ball in the hole. And on the other side, we go rock with. I know Battle for Minnesota. He's averaging 17 points a game. He's probably going to get his, but man, we go ride Jaden Ivey, dog. He's giving the 16.8 points a game, damn near 17. And I keep slipping the name. It's Williams, but hold on, I want to say his first name right. Trevion, that's my son's name. So Trevion Williams, he damn near giving you a double-double, 10 points, 8 boards a game. So we go ride Purdue first half -6. 11 for the full game is just a little bit too much for me. I think that number is kind of close. I think it'll fall around 9 to 11. And that's just too much for my blood, where I think the first half they could easily take off against this Minnesota team. So I'm on Purdue first half -6.
All right, and I'm right there with you. That is my official play as well. Purdue minus the 6 in the last 5 games, with the exception of a outright loss in the first half against Indiana in Indiana when Indiana just came out on fire. They had the crowd behind them.
Indiana tough though. I know their record don't really show, but I like that Indiana team. I've actually watched them play like twice. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. With the exception of the game against Ohio State in the first half, which they won that by 6. In the all the other games, in the last 5 games, they won by double digits in the first half. I've seen this Minnesota team. They're very up and down, but they don't really play their best ball in the first half. They've been losing by more than 6 and pretty much majority of the first halves, with the exception of the one game against Rutgers, where they won that one outright by just 1 point at the crib. So I'm right there with you. I like Purdue first half minus the 6. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. I went 3-1 yesterday. Marley went 4-2 yesterday. We went 2-0 on our locks of the day, and we're 3-0 so far this week on our locks. So hey, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, follow, man. Our next game starts at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time tip-off. We're talking about Rhode Island Rams taking on the Fordham Rams. Rhode Island, they're 12-7 on the year, 11-7 against the spread, while Fordham, they're 9-10 on the year, 11-8 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of Rhode Island -3. Right now, that line's at -5.5, but I was able to catch them at the -4.5. The total opened up at 125.5, and right now that line's at 126.5. Check out these major injuries if they have any right now. Brantran and Sam have been out for majority of the season for Rhode Island, while Fordham's still dealing with Dave Jr., the guard, leaving the team for personal reasons. Last time we see Rhode Island, they played a tough game against Dayton. They lost 53-51, where they was almost a 7-point underdog in that game. And the last time we seen Fordham, they lost 64-55 against George Washington. Let's get to these actual factuals real quick. Rhode Island, the unders hit 5 out of the last 6 games. They're 1-7 against the spread in the last 6 games against Fordham. 14-6 straight up in the last 20 games against Fordham. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games whenever they're playing on the road. 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games on the road when they're playing against Fordham, though. So keep that in mind. And the unders hit 4 out of the last 5 games this season for Rhode Island. Fordham's actual factuals, they're 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 games, 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6 against Rhode Island. 4-1 straight up, 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games at the crib, 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. Again, as I said before, whenever they're at the crib playing against Rhode Island, but 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games this season, 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games against Atlantic 10 conference opponents. So Rhode Island Rams taking on the Fordham Rams, Battle of the Rams. Marley, what's the play?
Battle of the Rams. So we've been, I don't know if the people know, but Rhode Island is one of the smaller schools that we kind of been following over the last, we'll say, 2 years.
Right.
So I'm kind of biased to this team, but Fordham's not a good basketball team. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They're 2-5 in conference. They're 9-10 overall. And it's easy to say that Rhode Island isn't that much better. I mean, they're 3-4 in conference, 1 more road win, 12-7 overall. So that's only 3 more wins. It's kind of a down year for Rhode Island, in my opinion. And they've lost 3 games straight, but it was to Dayton, Richmond, and George Washington is okay. So, but when I look at Fordham, out of their last one of those last 5 games that you were talking about earlier, they've only kept it close in one of those games. And that was against Davidson, and I don't even know how that happened. I didn't watch that game, but the rest of the games have been 7 digits or more with a couple blowouts in between. So, I heard you say Rhode Island's record against Fordham in Fordham. Sometimes things got to change, Coach. There's no way I can back this Fordham team. I hate to do this to you, Coach. This is a pass for me.
All right. It's all good. For Rhode Island in the first half has been an excellent team. Besides their last game against Dayton,
I knew you were going there.
they've been taking care of business in the first half, man. I've been following this team all year, and I've been making some bread following these boys in the first half. And I'm not going to stop that trend today. Give me Rhode Island first half minus the 2.5.
I didn't want to steal your play. I knew that was your play.
Nah, it's all good. We family, we brothers. That's why it's called Brothas N Bets. So, like I said, this team they've been playing very good in the last almost 10 games in the first half.
Speaking of that, not to interrupt you real quick,
real quick. When you text me this morning, when I talked to you, and you was like, "No, dog, I gotta do a show. I haven't done a show in like a couple of days." I was like, I feel that shit. This nigga really fuck with this shit. Nigga's like, no, dog, I want to do a show. In my mind, I was like, that shit I'm talking about right there, P.
Yeah, man, you already know I got. Yesterday, was the Chinese holiday here at the school. So, being in the position that I am at the school, I had a lot of coordinating to do. I had a lot of, setting up that I had to do here. So my whole evening was just, I couldn't do it.
My schedule changed. I definitely don't have as much free time as I did. So,
but let's
get back to it.
So, anywho, Rhode Island, man, they've been taking care of business first half. So, ride this wave minus the 2.5. I wouldn't be surprised if they blow Fordham out by double digits. I was about to call you Hova. Like Bets said, man, they are not a very good team. So that's not if it's not broke, let's not fix it. So
I wanted the 5, but I was scared. So
I'm not scared. But we'll take that first half though. Game starts in a little over an hour. So hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. We're actually having a great week. Yesterday we went 7-3, but
combined,
include the game that the games Monday I went 3-1, 2-1 Monday. So we're looking at 9 and 5 for the week, something like that. But 3-0 on locks. That's the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen. We are 3-0 on the locks this week, and after this next game, we will get to our lock of the day. But with that being said, let's get on to our next game, man. And it's going to be a great one. And this was actually going down late night. We got some late night action. We're talking about top 25 action in the Big East. Villanova Wildcats seeking revenge. They're 16-5 on the year, 12-9 against the spread, while the Marquette Golden Eagles are 15-7 on the year, 14-8 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of Marquette minus 4.5. Right now, that line is consistent. It is still 4.5. The total opened up at 133. Right now, that line's at 132.5. See if there's any major injuries right now. Antoine, the guard, he is doubtful for tonight's game against Nova, while Itajiri, he is out for the season, red shirt. So he only played a couple of games and they red shirt his ass. Last time we seen Villanova, which I took them in the first half, was easy money. They played St. John's. They beat them 73-62, while Marquette is coming off a 65-63 tough ass loss against Providence, which Providence is rolling, baby, big time.
Yes, they are.
That's another one of my teams I've been following since they were in the tournament, and I saw the coach sweating up a storm on the sideline, man. Anywho, Villanova 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 games. The unders hit 11 in the last 16, 9-1 straight in the last 10 games, 13-7 against the spread in the last 20 games against Marquette, 16-4 straight up in the last 20 games against Marquette. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games on the road. 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 games when playing on the road against Marquette. 9-2 straight up in the last 11 games this season, and 9-1 straight up in the last 10 games against a Big East Conference opponent. That only loss coming from Marquette, man. When Marquette was on the road and the boys was big time underdogs.
Big time.
And we rode with them too.
We rode with them.
Actual factuals for Marquette. They're 8-0 against the spread in the last 8 games. The unders also hit 5 out of the last 5 games. 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games. The unders also hit 5 out of the last 7 when playing against Nova. 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games at the crib, but only 3-7, as I explained before, in the last 10 games when playing at the crib against Villanova. 4-8 straight up in the last 12 games historically in February, but that's before our boy Marcus Shaka Smart got there. And the under has hit 5 out of the last 5 games against a Big East Conference. And for the people who like these type of statistics, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games when playing on a Wednesday. So, top 25 action. I know I said a lot. Marley, Nova versus Marquette. What's the play?
I mean, yeah, you said a lot. You said damn near it all. Everything numbers wise, like, all right, let me start over. Villanova, I believe, has the better talent. But Marquette has just been playing some amazing basketball over the last month, if not, something like that. And even their loss to Providence, like you said, Providence is rolling right now, and that game was at Providence. This is a revenge game for Nova. I hate going against that, but Coach, I'm right back on Marquette at the crib. Give me the 4.5. I went back and looked at the last game. I was trying to see if it was like a blowout first half, and then Nova came back and made it close, but Marquette still won. But that game was tight all the way through. It jogged my memory. That game was 29-30 at halftime, and then I think it was like a 27-29 second half. So like the game was tight all the way. It's not like Nova came out there and dominated or showed that they was better than Marquette. Marquette not scared of them, and they at the crib with the crowd rocking with them. Give me Marquette, man. Lewis dominated last time with 21 points in that last game against Nova. He gets that again, they win again. So I'm rocking with Marquette. Give me the Marquette plus the points.
All right. Yeah. We here today. We are here today. Don't need to say a lot. Marquette has been playing great. We just need them to cover plus the 4.5.
Need them to cover.
I would lean Nova first half, but if that crowd come out and amped up, Nova might be in trouble for the outright. So I'm not gonna buck this team right now.
Not right now.
I'm gonna ride with them. I like Marquette plus the 4.5. So that is my official play. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets, and we are Brothas N Bets. Be sure to follow us on all of our platforms, man. Sometimes we're not able to go live, so we post our picks, our games on Twitter and vice versa. So we hear the people, we hear what you say, but the real ones, if you want to make money, and continue to make money, you know how to follow us, and you know how to find us.
You know what to do.
It's not that hard. So let's get to our lock of the day. Is this your lock of the day?
I was gonna ask you because we didn't talk about a lock, but
do you have your lock of the day?
Yeah, this actually is my lock of the day.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if we're on the same play.
We've been here all day. So
right.
Again, that's what happened when we don't talk. I was calling your ass last night several times.
Bro, I passed out like at 9 and didn't wake up.
He was tired, y'all. He was tired. I can't have two hosts tired, but he was tired, y'all. So, but let's see how this goes, because this is our lock of the day, and we're talking about Wisconsin taking on Illinois' top 25 action. Wisconsin Badgers 17-3 on the year, 12-8 against the spread, while the Fighting Alumni 15-5 on the year, 9-11 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of Illinois -6.5. Right now, that line's at 7. There are some 6.5 still out there on the board, and the total opened up at 139, and right now that line's at 136.5. So a lot of people are jumping on that under and made it go down like that. Injury reports right now, we already know for Wisconsin, Hodges and Morris, they're out because of redshirting. Cabrillo, guard, he is probable for today's game, and they do get the big dog back today as well. Mm-hmm. Last time we seen Wisconsin, they beat Minnesota 66-60, and the last time we see Illinois, they barely beat Northwestern 59-56. To get these actual factuals, the total actually, excuse me. The over has hit 8 out of the last 10 games for Wisconsin. They're 9-1 straight in the last 10 games, but only 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games against Illinois. 15-3 straight up in the last 18 games. 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games on the road. 7-1 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing on the road, though, against Illinois. 15-2 straight up in the last 17 games this season, as I said before, and the overs hit 6 out of the last 8 games whenever they're playing against a Big Ten conference opponent. Illinois, actual factuals, 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games. The overs hit 11 out of the last 16. 13-3 straight up in the last 16 games. The unders also hit 8 out of the last 11 games against Wisconsin. 14-2 straight up in the last 16 games at the crib. 1-7 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing at home against Wisconsin. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games of the season. 15-2 straight up in the last 17 games against an opponent in the Big Ten. So, lock of the day. Let's see how this goes. Wisconsin, Illinois, Marley. What is your play?
So, see how this goes. Look, I've been rocking with this Wisconsin team pretty much, man, damn near all season, honestly. But I love Illinois. I fuck with Cockburn. But back on Wisconsin, they're 17-3, 8-2 in the conference. And I want to say I took them to Minnesota, Nebraska. I faded them against Michigan State, but I think I was on them, not Northwestern, but Ohio State. This is a damn good team, and they're solid. There's no way I believe they're going to lose this game by more than 7 points. Especially Johnny Davis, dude, 21 points a game, 7 boards, 7.9, down there 8 points a game. He's leading the team in points, rebounds, and assists. I'm sure. Oh, my bad. I was looking at the comments. I see you, James. There was a Brian Flores, MVP, real talk coach. Yep. So, I mean, I'm on Wisconsin plus the points, coach. I got another theory too with like stars coming back into the lineup after they've been gone for a number of games. It messes up the lineup a little bit. Sometimes it takes some time to get adjusted. You got the bench players. The bench player got to go back to the bench after starting for some games. The rotation kind of get a little messed up. So I never really take a team where the stars coming back that first game. I always kind of have the wait and see approach. But in my opinion, bro, 7 points is just way too much for a damn good Wisconsin team. I expect this to be a close game to 7.
All right. So Marley, lock of the day plus 7, and that is my play. That is the lock of the day. So don't really need to add too much information to that because you pretty much hit it on the nail. All I can say is even with Cockburn in the mix, whenever Illinois is playing against some of the upper echelons in the conference and just period, the games have been fairly close, if not an L on their end. So I'm with Wisconsin, lock of the day, plus that 7. Give me that all day long.
All of that.
So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Hopefully, we can keep the streak going and we can go 4-0, on the week with our locks. We went 2-0 yesterday on our locks. So be sure to hit the like, subscribe, follow. We do the show sometimes in the afternoon. If you don't see us, then we're definitely doing our short videos on YouTube. That's why it's very important to follow us just on all of our platforms, and be sure to show us love. Real quick, since we're talking showing the love, we don't ever really ask. We don't be on here to ask somebody. But shout out to our boy Jason Mason for being the first person.
Oh, yes.
And we've been doing this for a couple of years now, but we're not that type of cappers. But shout out to our boy Jason Manson for being the first person to shoot us a donation. He said because
I thought it was Jonathan. Is it Jonathan?
I'm sorry, Jonathan Mason.
Got to get that boy name.
Man's son. He went up 28 units in college football during the bowl season due to our predictions and analysis. And a shout out to you, my G. You're ever gonna be an MVP and legendary, like I said on the
nice size tip on the cash out, man.
you are the first, and you're gonna go down in history. So when we blow, we're gonna remember you. But we appreciate everybody tuning
I got
in.
that screenshot. I'm gonna print that hoe and frame that hoe. You know what I'm saying? He is the first. When we blow up, that hoe gonna be in the frame like that hoe a certificate from a university. You feel me? Like that was the first one, and it was a nice, decent amount too.
Straight up. So hey, shout out to you, my boy. Let's talk NBA, man. What you see?
I got 2 plays on the NBA card today that I'm rocking with. At least that I'm looking at so far. One of them I've already. Well, I honestly I jumped on both of them already without kind of breaking it down.
Let me
But
guess. Is Memphis and Knicks one of them?
Memphis is definitely one of the plays that I have locked in. Memphis, since Christmas, has been the best team in the NBA record-wise. So Ja Morant, balling. They all young. Everybody's like fucking 22, 23, and 25. I don't even think nobody really 25, except Steven Adams. But, he's just the enforcer. So in the Knicks,
and it's perfect. He's perfect for this team.
Perfect. They just want you to
being
breathe
down.
down.
Not only are you like the only vet on this team, but you are the enforcer. So anything you say, them young boys gonna listen, man. That's live. That's a live mix right there.
Yep. And then the Knicks, bro, they lost 3 out of their last 5, even though those 3 were all on the road, and the two out of the 5 that they won were at home, but they were to trash teams, the Clippers and the Kings. So, we ain't worried about that. Or at least I'm not worried about that.
So just so everybody knows, Grizzlies are 35-18 on the year, 34-19 against the spread, which is pretty good for NBA janky shit. The Knicks 24-27 on the year, 25-26 against the spread. So keep that in mind.
My other play that I'm looking at is, so I got 2 more actually. I haven't made a play on this Pacers Magic game, but I'm really looking at the Pacers at the crib.
I saw that. I saw that.
I got to check the injury report though. The Pacers be having niggas.
I got you real quick. So Orlando Magic's 11-41 on the year, 23-29 against the spread, while the Pacers are 19-33 on the year, 26-24-2 against the spread. Injury reports right now for Orlando. Carter Williams, he's out. Moore's out. Isaac's out indefinitely. Fultz is out indefinitely, and Hampton is out indefinitely for the Magic. As far as Indiana, of course, we already know Warren, he's out. Sabonis is downgraded to out with quarantine. Beta Diaz, I probably said it wrong, but the center, he is out for today's game as well. And Brissett, a power forward, he's out as well with an ankle injury for Indiana. You got that?
Yeah, so yeah.
I'm just saying, nice little pause there.
I know. I was waiting on you to say something else. I don't know. I thought you was gonna say something else for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't like Sabonis being out, obviously, and Brogdon being out. But the Magic, I'm probably gonna stay away from that game. It's just too many injuries, and the Magic actually have not been playing bad basketball lately. They've actually won 3 out of their last 5. They lost to the Bulls. We expect that, and then they lost to the Clippers. But they beat Dallas, beat Detroit, beat Chicago. But that Dallas was coming off a back-to-back that game. So sorry I'm late, but
yeah. So, and you just reminded me. So, just to do a quick recap, Marley, he likes Purdue first half -6, Marquette +4.5 for the full game, and the lock of the day is Wisconsin +7. As for myself, I like Purdue -6 for the first half. Rhode Island first half -2.5. I wrote that all wrong. Marquette +4.5 and Wisconsin +7 are our locks of the day. So, what was your last NBA game that you were looking at?
Boston. Okay. I forgot who they're playing. -6 though. They're playing.
They're playing Charlotte.
Charlotte.
I got it at 7 right now. So Charlotte Hornets 28-23 on the year, 30-21 against the spread, while the Celtics 27-25 on the year, and they are 25-26-1 against the spread.
Right. So I like Boston here. Liked it better when it was 6 than 7, even though that's only 1 point, but 6 just seems. What was the locks for the day? We got somebody asking.
Wisconsin +7.
Wisconsin +7 is the lock of the day. Khalil. Yeah. So I like Boston. I'm probably gonna just look at the first half. This might be a game I do live. I won't make nothing official, so we'll only go with the Grizzlies officially as a play. But I'm really gonna look at that Boston -7. If I can catch it when it's tight, maybe give me a 4 or something like that. Because the Hornets just haven't been playing well. I know they were hot at one point, but lately they're only 2 out of their last 5. One of those wins come in at the late game against the Lakers, and they blew out the Pacers. But we know Sabonis and Brogdon didn't play those games, so they've cooled off a little bit. And then you got Gordon Hayward out and Jalen McDaniels out, so obviously that hurts them at the forward position. And the Celtics, man, they've been balling with Tatum and Brown back healthy. Their winners are 4 out of their last 5. Including wins over Miami. But the rest of the wins are like against a lot of scrub teams. So that's a game I'm gonna check out live though. You are absolutely right, James. The Hornets play no fucking defense. They're like the Wizards. The Wizards play no fucking defense neither. I'm really just gonna be on the Grizzlies. I'm gonna look at that Pacers live, and I'm gonna look at those Celtics live, see what's going on in those games. Might be something I take live. But Grizzlies -4, I'm all over that.
All right. I don't have any NBA plays of the day, so no, I'm not. I didn't look into it. So, but hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Open mic because I got to get out of here real quick. I just want to say shout out to Brian Flores, man. Really MVP, man. It's just sacrificed his whole coaching career, his passion for the sake of generations to come. I just want to say, it's not just NFL. I mean, it's the same way in college, and I'm at the high school levels, and it's the same shit, bro. It's the same shit.
This is my question to you about Flores.
What's up?
Obviously, we both agree that his NFL coaching career is 90% over, if not 99% done with. But do you think he would, and then 2, do you think maybe he goes to college?
I think that would be a good look for him, but I mean,
do you think he wants to go though? Because like Mike Tomlin, he was like, I'm not going to no fucking college.
No, he doesn't want to go. We'll see.
But
Tomlin was employed during all of that. You're talking about. I mean, if he really wants, if somebody's willing to take a chance on,
I think a big time college school would take a chance on him. I don't know. I definitely think it's NFL.
I don't know, bro.
Unless the NFL.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say this. When you start leaking text messages, and it was a good thing. It was a good thing. But now you're talking about colleges. And
can we trust you?
Well, the NIL, you still got the NIL. But it's still, even with this NIL shit going on, you still got money and shit being done under the table.
I keep forgetting about that aspect. Like, it's now since he leaked that shit, it's like, man, we can't really trust you, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's a lot of shit that go on. Just like you have the locker room, you have the coach's office. And a lot of shit is said in the coach's office, man. And just, in the athletic, in the field house period, it's just a lot of shit that stays there. And once you leak shit out, I mean, hopefully he'll be able to coach again. Hopefully somebody like the New Orleans Saints will understand the whole situation and say, come on, let's go with it. But what's also going to happen now is, with all this shit going on, is there an owner that's willing to be outcast by the rest of the owners fraternity on taking a chance with a guy like this? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same shit what was going on with Kaepernick. It's like, hey, you're taking this. The only person, bro, and I'm going to be real with you, the only person that would get away with hiring him right now would be Jared.
I knew you was going to say Jones. But I think Kraft, they're not going to ostracize Kraft, though. He's just not going to New England, though.
Jerry Jones, bro. Jerry Jones. Jones, in my opinion, is the only one who everybody would be like, shit.
Before anything though, thank you, Bill Belichick. Because if you wouldn't have texted the wrong person, we probably don't have the proof. Because we all know this shit. As a matter of fact, before Brian Flores even released this information, I was talking about Eric Bieniemy though, and why he doesn't have a coaching job. And I'm saying the same shit. And this motherfucker's on there arguing with me. Black motherfuckers on there arguing with me like, no, it's because he has this in his past. And it's because he doesn't call the plays. Motherfucker Andy Reid came out and said that EB calls the plays. It's not because, and then you got coaches that came from special teams coordinators that's been hired as head coaches. The Giants' former head coach. He was a special teams coordinator.
That shit's trash.
It's because he was black. Simply.
Right.
Simply.
Yeah.
Which is, it's fucking America. It ain't no, I'm not gonna say it's not a big deal, but it's not news to us. I mean, this isn't news. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me if I'm giving to somebody too much insight, but this shit ain't new. If you ask any black person look at the fucking numbers. I mean, it's clear as day. So,
right.
But,
hey man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I got to get out of here. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. Marley, if you want to end us out on a good note, we can get ready to prepare for these games and get our picks in.
Yes, sir. As always, people, y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This is Brothas N Bets. I am Marley Bets, and that is the coach. And like every other day, today, yesterday, and tomorrow, y'all know what the plan is. Let's beat Vegas. And we out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry.